Good morning, happy Hanukkah, good Erev Shabbos, and welcome to BJC Halacha A, day number 1711. Halacha A keeps the Yetzer Hara away. Dedicated in love and memory of Daniela Basvi, continuing the laws of Hanukkah. What's the best time to light the menorah? The time to light the menorah is immediately after the stars appear, and you should not delay it. Now that question, when the stars appear, is a big controversy. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein says it should be 10 minutes after sunset. Some people even say at sunset. Some people say about 20, 30 minutes after sunset, right? Or when the stars appear. Fine. So you got to know who to hold like. But here in Houston, they say to light about 20 minutes after sunset. All right. And then you want to make sure that you have enough oil so that it burns at least half an hour well into the night. It is forbidden to do anything before lighting the menorah, even to study Torah. He says it is forbidden to do any work from 1/2 hour before the actual time for lighting. See the Sha'ar Tziyun, who indicates that this law does not apply to Torah study. But once again, certainly when the time comes, you stop doing what you're doing. But he's saying even to do work half an hour before that is a problem because you might get stuck in it and keep going. Except if you've not prayed Marv, you should first pray and then light the menorah. For those people who daven Marv right away. If not, then Mincha, get ready to light, and then go ahead and then say the Marv later in the night. That's what I do. Those who pray Marv before lighting should have the menorah completely prepared with oil and wicks in order to be able to light them immediately after Marv. Before lighting the menorah, you should gather the entire family in order to proclaim the event publicly. You should pour enough oil to burn at least a half an hour. He says if you do not have sufficient oil to burn a half an hour, you should light them without saying the bracha. That's the Ber Halacha. Others don't hold like that. But you certainly want to make sure that it can last for at least half an hour. Most oil menorahs, Chanukias, do last for at least half an hour, often an hour, 2 hours. Okay, if inadvertently you did not light them immediately, you may light them and say the blessing as long as the members of your family are still awake. So he's saying do it right away. But if you didn't do it at 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock, do it at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, as long as people are still awake. But you shouldn't really wait too long to light the menorah. It is permitted in this situation only until daybreak, he says, right? So in other words, technically you can light well into the night if people are really up. However, after the family is asleep, so if no one's up at 3 o'clock in the morning, it is no longer considered a public event and you should light them without saying the blessings. The Rabbi Moshe Feinstein says that you can still say a blessing at least if there's one person, and even if yourself, you can say the blessing. But we know that ideally you want more people to publicize the miracle and you want to do it as soon as possible. If you will not have time to light the menorah at night, you may do it before that time and light the menorah from Plaga Mincha. What's that? We'll see. Which is 1 1/4 hour before the stars come out. These are time variable hours measured according to the length of daylight. See chapter 669, halacha number 2 above. And in the season of Hanukkah, when the days are short, the day is only 10 hours long, measured by the clock. Then Plaga Mincha is 1 hour and 2.5 minutes before the stars appear. So that's the earliest you can light. Before that, you will not be able to light with a bracha. After that time, you can still light as long as those candles continue to burn at least half an hour into the night. You may kindle the menorah then, provided you pour in enough oil to burn until 1/2 hour after the stars become visible. And that's what we're going to do tonight and Friday night, because it's Shabbat Hanukkah. You obviously cannot light the menorah after sunset. You have light before, but put enough oil that it lasts into the night, and they will, because a lot of our menorahs do last a long time. If the lights do not burn that long, you have not fulfilled the mitzvah. Oy, so really be careful. He says, in this case, you must light candles anew, but without a bracha. We're obviously talking about a weeknight, not on Shabbos. But again, so if you lit them early for some reason, a little earlier, after plug, it didn't burn enough, so then put more oil in, light them again, but second time without a bracha. Okay, that was a long one, a lot of information, but hopefully you got it. And tonight, as it's Friday night, we're obviously going to light earlier, before sunset, and then we will light the Shabbos candles afterwards. Have a good Shabbos and happy Hanukkah.